All right, here we go. Woo! Reveal shot. Hello.
Good morning.
Welcome to the Sun Dragon Sideshow.
The VSC edition, the most dangerous show of the week.
We couldn't decide what to put on sale today, but let me back up.
As per usual.
Hi, I'm Rebecca. I'm the owner of Sun Dragon Art and Fiber in kind of chilly, but gonna warm up to maybe 70, Brevard, North Carolina.
I'm Liz. I'm the minion there. Next week.
Yes.
Might not even warm up to 60. But
I'm just noticing your microphone is like, no, it's fine. Your needles are like, remember the other? Your needles are like right by the microphone.
Yeah,
so.
I know.
She likes to knit on big needles.
And I don't knit quiet.
And, well, the big needles aren't quiet.
Yeah, but even with little needles, they don't knit quiet.
Okay. What were you saying about the weather? I got distracted.
Next week, it might not even warm up to 60.
Okay, then. Good, because the shop was a little overheated when I just visited. If you watched yesterday's show, we announced that we are moving at the end of the month. Oh my gosh, it's both exciting and terrifying, and there's so much to do. And I just got primer for the walls and dropped it off at the new shop. And we probably won't be painting until Monday. But I'm very excited. So we will follow up with the whole, we are, if you find it in the kindness of your heart to help us build our new space, to be, like, invest in your future, we were saying before. But if you'd like to help us make this space as awesome as it can be and amazing as it can be, we have both a GoFundMe, or you can make a donation directly on the shop website, or you can come visit, or you can call us. Every little bit helps. And we were saying just before, like, we have about 300 to 400 people who regularly watch the show if we go by our views. And if every one of those people had the ability to give like $5 to maybe $20, but like even $5, that would be amazing. Like, we've already had some very generous donations. Thank you very, very much. But if everyone had a chance to just throw a little bit our way, and we have thank yous. I'll circle back to that. We have ways to thank you for that if it's over $15. But if everyone had a chance to just had a little bit, they could donate. It could help make it super awesome. So we're thinking, like, I'm already starting to pay for paint. The movers, a really cool sign out front. I have no idea, what the estimate for that's going to be yet. But regardless, we're going to make it a great space, but you can help us make it a great space. I feel like I'm doing a PBS fundraiser.
It's true.
But let's move to what we're actually, the reason we film on Wednesdays. Yeah, we had trouble picking a yarn because we're moving. We're kind of stuck in this. We don't really want to order a whole lot of new yarn before we move. But we'd like to have things here for people to buy. And, the Southeastern Animal Fiber Fair is coming up. And we get a lot of overflow traffic from that. We'd like to have things in the shop for those people to buy. So
it's a conundrum.
It's an enigma wrapped in a riddle, wrapped in a whatever that thing is. So this is a yarn that's absolutely lovely, and most colors we have decent stock of right now. So we thought we would talk about it. We put it on sale today. 15% off with the code product of the week with spaces between all the words until we film next week. So what do we got, Liz?
We have Cascade Yarns Pure Alpaca. It's 100% baby alpaca. Oh my gosh,
it is so pure alpaca, and half of it's called eco alpaca. The undyed stuff is eco alpaca. But go ahead, keep going.
It is 220 yards per 100 grams. They are recommending a US 6 to 7. Hand wash, lay flat to dry. We are retailing it for $20.95.
So this is 100% alpaca. If it's the undyed stuff, like the hat I'm wearing, this is the it's on the tag. Can you read what's on the tag?
It's the like, Pike.
I was like Pika.
Pike hat by Marie Petra.
Is it Pikey? Like
Pyke? Yeah.
Yeah.
Took one skein. on a US 4 and a 6.
This one was fun to make because it's got cables and stuff. One skein is all it took. You can do it like a beanie, or you can have it up like this and have it be a little more of a slouchy. I could have made it even taller if I wanted to make it a super slouchy. The undyed stuff is even softer than the dyed stuff. Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
The dyed stuff is like super, super soft.
It's still really, really. Yeah. Alpaca is so soft. The camelid family, alpacas and llamas and camels, and they're really soft. We would recommend not using this for like a sweater because it's not mixed with anything else. The alpaca softness, there's not enough. What do you say? There's not enough structure to it.
There's not enough structure, and like sheep's wool has scales that open up and kind of grab each other, cause felting and whatnot. But they don't. The hairs on sheep don't slide near as much as the hairs on alpaca.
So if you made, the larger the garment you make out of this, the larger the piece you make, the more it's likely to stretch out with time and age and weight.
And alpaca is heavy.
And alpaca can get heavy fast. So a sweater out of it may not fit the same rather quickly. That's why we recommend other yarns that have an alpaca wool blend for that. But this is lovely for smaller items that are going to be close to your skin for it to be soft. So like hats and fingerless mitts and scarves and cowls and all that kind of stuff. And it's just so yummy. So do we want to start with the colors or the undyed?
I have a color in my hand, so
there we go. That's a lovely shade of blue. What do we have?
It is blue, or dazzling blue heather. Colors 3085.
And it's, I guess it is kind of heathered, isn't it? Very softly.
Yeah.
Like from afar it looks pretty solid, but it's got the slightest heathery tone to it.
And it's like an aqua green.
The heather part of it?
The heather.
Yeah. So overall it just looks kind of electric royal blue, which is awesome. But the heathery tone to it just has a little bit of a green tinge to it. That's cool. I like it. Oh, so this, Liz was reading all the stats on it. This Cascade usually says this can work for a DK or a worsted weight pattern. It kind of falls right in the middle. It could go either way and still work really well. So let me pick the one that we made.
We only have one of those.
We only have one skein of, it's ruby, of this ruby red. And it really is it's almost a purpley red. Like it's a cooler red.
It's not a tomato red.
It's not a tomato red.
It's what I think of when I think of red.
It's a luscious red. It's called ruby. We have one skein right now, so scarf it up if you want it. But it's gorgeous. I don't think we're gonna order a ton more if we can help it before we move. So, and then in November, it all depends on cash flow, what state we're in then, because moving is gonna take a chunk out of our cash flow. So colors. Want to do another color?
Purple, because blue and red make purple. This is pure blackberry 3071, and it looks like when you crush a blackberry, that purpley stain that's on your fingers
almost
or
an
lips.
Eggplant.
Yeah.
It's pretty. It's very pretty. It's not necessarily a royal purple or a robust purple, but it's a pretty one. To keep in the red family, this is mineral red. But it's almost a salmony color, but not really. It's
salmony
like
rose.
It's like not the mineral red over in the, it's like the garnet that we have in the heritage.
Yeah.
So, which garnet's a mineral kind of, right? So, it's between a dusky rose and a corally color, and it's just luscious. It's not quite a pink, but it's definitely not a red. It almost has an orangey tone to it, but not really, and it's just lovely. Mineral red.
Sticking with the reds, pinks, I have pure magenta 3036.
I love the jewel tones. This one's so pretty.
And it is jewel tone.
It is like fuchsia magenta.
Yeah.
Which is the Pantone color of the year.
Yeah.
So that's great. Sticking with the jewel tones, I'm going to steal this one. This one is Azure, Azure, Azure. And this is more of, it's kind of a tealy, aqua-y, not quite aqua, more teal. More teal than turquoise, but it's, these guys go awesome together.
It's bright.
bright colors. Gotta love it. And it's different though than the electric blue looking one. It definitely has more of that almost like a greenish to this, but this is bright. This one's more teal. So, blue, teal. Oh, but let's do more. Did I just do the azure? Should you go?
We'll do blues.
Let's stick with the blues.
Stick with the blues.
We just did the bright blue tealy things. Now let's do the not so bright.
This is 3073 Pure Night Sky, and it is almost a navy.
Yeah, it's like a stonewash navy in a way.
Yeah.
You know, like it's a faded navy. That's what I want.
But it's
not a stonewash, you know.
It's dark. It's like on camera, dark, it's showing up a little bit lighter.
It's dark, but it's not like navy. Yeah. But it's a dark blue. And then this last one, this is Akai, however you say that. But it is more of almost a classic blue.
A blueberry
blueberry blue. Yeah. So it's faded kind of, you know, it's not as intense as like say wah, right? So we have two more of the pure colors, which are the dyed colors. What you got?
3076.
I have not been saying any of the color numbers. I've just been saying the names.
Pure chive. And it's a little bit darker than like a grass green, but it's
definitely got that herb green going for it, right? Yeah. And that one's a little heathery, more than some of the others, I feel like.
Yeah, there's a little yellow almost in it.
Almost. Like, but nothing
if you
like
squint.
super pronounced. This one's actually, I feel like, the most heathery of the bunch. It says golden heather. It's got heather in the title. This is a nice golden yellow, but it's not like when we're filming, everything's coming out a little more saturated, I feel like, than what's in our hands. But it's a golden, it makes me think of the golden hour. It's not like a super robust golden. It's a faded golden, but I'm seeing little hints of like an orangey tone in here and maybe a green tone in here for the heathers. I think it's very, very pretty. If yellow is your thing, this could be awesome. But it's not daffodil. It's not super, super dark golden.
It looks like an older sunflower.
Yeah, that could work. Like, that hasn't really...
not a spring sunflower, but the older, you know...
It looks like how a lot of the tree leaves are turning around here because we get a lot of golden leaves. So I like it. Okay. Then we have the ones that will say eco alpaca on them. They'll be eco colors instead of pure colors. And these are the undyed. And oh my gosh, it's like these are soft and then you feel these and you're like, oh. So what you got?
This one is 1510 natural. It's cream.
It's a nice ecru cream, what have you. It's the closest we're going to find to white in undyed alpaca.
Natural tends to be the white for all of them.
This one says black on it, but don't be fooled because alpacas don't come in real black. Their black is actually a super dark chocolatey brown. This is black.
Like bitter chocolate.
Yeah, it's like the bitterest chocolate you could ever find because an undyed alpaca black, the same thing with llama. We had some llama colors in before that what they call black is going to be brown. So if you pick black and you expect a like ash dark black, like taking a piece of charcoal and drawing with it, this is not going to be it. This is going to be a very, very, very dark brown. So
the same with 1518. It's charcoal, and it's like
it's a warm charcoal though. It's almost a brown.
It's a brown charcoal. Yeah. Like if all of our gray black charcoals. That's what this is.
That's what I made this hat out of, and different dye lots might have different because again they're not dyed. This is undyed, so the color is going to be fairly consistent, but not necessarily the same batch to batch. And it's not because the dye was off; it's because it's undyed, and so it's going to be a little different.
Different llamas or alpacas.
Different animals, yes.
Different haircuts.
Okay, so then this is still a warm gray, but this is oatmeal. This is the lightest of the grays that we're going to have. and it's the closest to a gray, and it's going to be heathery.
It still
But
has that
it still is a little warm,
brown,
just a little warm,
like oatmeal, where
Yeah.
it's that cream and the
oatmeal with some milk in it and a little brown sugar. You
Yeah.
know, the only way I'm going to eat it.
Yep.
Yay. Okay.
This one's 1521 Cafe au lait, and it's a pretty heathered coffee with milk in it. Color.
It's absolutely like more of a latte, more of like the foam on my coffee in the morning. When I do my morning meditations, it's a light brown. It's very light, taupey brown. So
this one's one of my
maybe not even
favorites.
super taupey. So
it's 1527. It's pepper twist.
So we used to have quite a few twist colors. There's like 4 different colors plied in there, and they're all maybe colors you see here on the table, all plied in. And they phased out a lot of them. I will say, as a total disclaimer, this one can be a little more splitty than the others because they're plies of different colors.
You get the
But
black,
it's gorgeous. You've got this,
this,
mm-hmm.
this, and a light brown.
Yeah, it's
together.
It's a different brown than the one we have, and I think we used to have that in stock, and they may not have the brown that is part of that base anymore.
Yeah.
So, but it's super pretty, and it's like marled in one skein, and it's so pretty. But yes, it might split a little while you're knitting with it because those plies want to stay plies. More.
And it's such soft yarn. There's like the structural integrity of wet pasta.
That makes it sound so appealing, Liz.
Well, I mean, I like doing Solomon's knot, and it's a crochet thing.
It's a really loose crochet.
It's a really loose crochet thing, and it has these long strands in between the little knots. And you can make it out of any yarn, but I prefer a really, really floppy yarn. And like trying to find one without structural integrity.
So you're saying this is good for that?
This is good for that.
Okay.
This would be a gorgeous,
Okay. So this is the yarn we're putting on sale this week. It is one of our 100% alpacas. It's more of a fine consistency than some of the chunky alpacas we have, and that the plies are finer, but it's still really soft. It is wonderful to work with. As you saw, even though there's not that much structural integrity, you can still get stitch definition. It'll be soft stitch definition, but you can still get stitch definition doing things like cables.
And I'm looking at it. It has a gorgeous little halo.
Yeah, it's fuzzy. It's just a little bit of fuzzy. So, it's really fun. So, again, if you put it in your shopping cart and you enter the code product of the week with spaces between the words, you should get 15% off. If there's a problem, contact us before you hit the buy button, so we can work it out for you. And to circle back to our move, which is coming up, which is like, I'm just so excited. Stay tuned on social media for things like if we have to cancel sit and stitch because we're running behind and we need to go work through the night. We're going to try not to do that, but for this week, we are having Friday sit and stitch. On Zoom from 7 to 9 p.m. U.S. Eastern, and you get in with the shop phone number.
828-877-3550.
We will have Sit and Stitch next Tuesday. We won't have it next Friday, which is the 20th. Right? So my parents are in town, and hopefully I won't only be putting them to work painting, but I'll be spending some time with my parents. So, but if, I feel like it's really cheesy to say, if you have it in your heart to donate to making our new space amazing. But if you have some money to spare and you feel so moved, we could really use the funds to help make the space the place we want it to be, the place we want it for you to come to. And, regardless, we're moving. It's not like we have to raise a certain amount of funds and move. We're doing it. I've signed the lease. We're going. It's how much we can get done and with what funds before we go. And, it's all good. We also understand if you don't have the finances to do so. But if you have a little bit, you can throw our way. We really do love and appreciate y'all, and we love being able to do this every week for you. So, and let me run through the rewards really quickly. of the thank yous that we are handing out. For every $15 up to the benchmarks and then past the benchmarks, we are putting 2 reward stamps, which are worth $20, on your rewards cards that we keep here in the shop. And if you, when you fill a card with 24 stamps, you get $25 of shop credit with us, which you can spend by coming in or calling us. So far away customers, you can still spend this shop credit. You just have to get in touch with us. So everybody who's donating up to the $150 mark, you are our Viking torchbearers. We want to put up a sign that lists the people who've helped make our shop the amazing place it's going to be. So everybody up to $150 worth of donations is a Viking torchbearer, even if it's $5. $5 won't get you stamps, but you will be one of our supporters for this. $150 is the bronze Viking level, and that earns you a full $25 of shop credit or 15% off a purchase. We'll reach out to you and see which one you want. The next benchmark, and anything between the 150 to 300, we'll be doing those $15 for every 2 stamps. Gets you 2 stamps. Oh my lord! And so $300 is our silver Viking level, and that gets you $50 of shop credit or 20% off a purchase. You can make it a big one. Someone's trying to get in touch with you. And then $600 donation is a gold level that gets you $100 of shop credit or 25% off a purchase, and $1,000 is our platinum level, and that gets you $150 of shop credit or 30% off a purchase. And you are our Viking torchbearers, so all the little bits, if you can donate, will go a really long way. Like, all of it counts and all of it matters, and we're actually expecting more on the smaller end, because I know if someone needed help from me, that's what I could afford, to be completely honest. But everything helps. If everybody watching right now could give, $15 or $5, it would still be amazing. And, we get a gallon of paint or 2 out of that, and that'd be awesome. So anyway, we love y'all. We love being able to share what we're doing with y'all and offer you discounts on stuff. And we can't wait to show you the new space. It's going to be a little while before it's ready to show to you. I know Liz was already starting to document the journey when I was doing little scale drawings and things. But
we might have to do some mini episodes.
Maybe.
Just to
let's not promise too much, but yeah.
No, like if we
to let you know, because
to let everybody know
there might
what's
be a
happening.
week or 2 where we're not filming or we're not doing major stuff because we're moving. But anyway, we need to go get ready for the day, and I need to go get all of this stuff ready and figure out more logistics on what we're doing for the move. Oh my! But we'll see y'all tomorrow. And have a good day. I'm like, what else should I be saying? You want to say your
like, subscribe, ring the bell, all the fun stuff. Comment.
Yeah. Yes. Excellent. Okay. We'll see you all later. Bye. We'll see. Oh, if you have a question, we already have a ton of questions.
We have a ton of questions for
now. But if you want a question that will go in the queue and might be answered next week, then email
Liz at sundragonartandfiber.com.
Okay. Bye.